This January so far in 2024 has been a quiet one, but it's all now starting to change. Welcome aboard Flight Simmers, my name is Rowan and today we are looking at the January update from BlueBird Simulations regarding their upcoming 757 projects. So let's start off with the obvious. As Shervin has stated in the beginning of their video, a lot of things have actually changed over the course of the last 2.5 years with this project. In fact, he mentions that they are now on their 5th and final iteration of their cockpit, which includes their modelling and soon to be texturing. But before we do delve into this aircraft, let's talk about the timings and their estimations so far on the project. First of all, they are still saying that the initial release of the 757 will be for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and there will also be a free update for when Flight Simulator 2024 when it eventually releases, which then leads on to their timeline of the actual release. They are still hoping for a 2024 release despite their previous delay in 2023, but please keep this in mind, they have also said that if they require to delay the project, they will not hesitate, as they are wishing to release their first ever product to the highest quality possible, which I think is perfectly understandable. So how much detail are we expecting to see in these packages, being the 757, 200, 300 and Freighter? Well, they have now mentioned in this recent update that they are now aiming for a high fidelity aircraft, which is brilliant news, as they previously told us that they were aiming for a mid quality aircraft to make space for the Xbox region. However, this has now changed. Seeing a high fidelity 757 will be absolutely amazing, as we have not seen something like this in a while, and it has truly got us excited. With these changes, we have also found out that the code has been completely redone. I believe they've switched from Java to a new type of code, and some of their systems are requiring BBS code, which will be run externally from a sim, which is quite similar to how Phoenix runs their aircraft systems as well, using an external manager. This is obviously one of the workarounds for making a high fidelity aircraft. However, with this being brilliant news for us on PC, it's not too brilliant news for those on Xbox. With these workarounds using external software means that you cannot transfer this easily onto Xbox, and they have stated that with the 757 for Xbox, it will have a dumbed down version which does not include these third-party software which provides more in-depth systems. So this pretty much shows that the Xbox version will not be a high fidelity aircraft. Now let's delve into some systems which they have shown us. Starting off, they are proudly representing an accurate IRS alignment to its correct location, and what I mean by that is when entering data into the CDU to tell where the aircraft is located, if you were to input the wrong airport when aligning the IRSs, they will simply not align, as the GPS data does not match or correlate to the position which you have entered in the CDU. And then this would then lead to the annunciators above flashing a line, as you can see right now. And then afterwards they did show them fixing the error by retyping in the correct airport location to properly align the instruments, as you can now see. Another big part of this update was showing the extensive work spent on the electrical systems. In fact, they have taken all of the real life documents, which has all of the systems, studied them, and then translated them into code that MSFS can replicate to the highest degree possible. With that, they went on to show how they have also modelled in functional circuit breakers into the electrical system, which they are showing by failing certain CBs. As you can see, they are failing with Captain Side's PFD. This amount of detail is truly astonishing and gets us really excited to see what else they have in the works which they have not shown us yet. Unfortunately, they had no sound developer until now, so within the next couple of weeks they will start introducing correct and real life sounds into the aircraft, increasing that level of immersion. This stage is expected to take a couple of months, so this shows that unfortunately we will not be having this aircraft within Q1 or Q2, as testing, for example beta, still needs to go ahead after implementing these last changes. They are still texturing the cockpit as well, as I mentioned previously, so some stuff in the B-roll of the cockpit may look slightly off, so please keep that in mind, this will all change soon. But coming back to the modelling, Let's look at these CRT screens. So these are not LCD displays as a lot of you may be used to. These are old beefy screens that actually have a curve in it. So as we look closer, the image actually does look slightly distorted around the edges, which is completely accurate and nice to see to have these smaller details included. In terms of what's being displayed, everything has been mapped out pixel by pixel to create the most accurate display possible, including the font styles, sizes and symbols too. But for those who like flying more modern systems, the LCD replacements for the cargo aircraft will also be provided. However, at this moment they don't have the avionics upgrade that looks similar to the 787, which is the 3 big panels, as the data is not publicly available to them at this time. However, that does not mean that once they get this data they will not do an update, so this may be something we can look forward to in the future. To summarise what we should expect in terms of overall systems, let's quickly look at a list of all the information which they have provided us so far. So we are expected to see a complex flight management system based off of a Pegasus version of the FMC. We will be getting a custom autopilot with full LNAV, VNAV functionality such as VNAV altitude, VNAV path and speed, and some other features would be the RNAV, auto land, plus many more features which they will be revealing at a later point. We should see a complex electrical system with working circuit breakers as we've already discussed, and relays and time delay simulations. So what they mean by that is that the systems, once powered on, takes time to actually boot up and actually start working. So if you pull out a circuit breaker and push it back in, it's going to have some form of a delay before the system actually comes back alive. We're expecting to see a custom hydraulic, fuel, pneumatic, climate, IRS and APU systems, all of them with accurate functionality. We should also see an EFB with many features such as Navigraph integration. They have mentioned that they are partnering with Navigraph, so this means that we should also see SimBrief integration. And then obviously we have accurately rendered avionics displays as we've already shown. And then custom animations for interior and exterior, including but not limited to the APU doors. So we should see loads of different animations such as the outflow valves, virtual cockpit animations, wing flex and so on. In fact, with that they have also individually modelled each of the control surfaces, so hopefully we can see each one of those systems moving and animated in its own correct way. And then obviously we will have correct exterior and interior lighting logic. I mean, this is just the standard nowadays, especially for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Lighting is so important in this simulator, and it's, I wouldn't say easy to achieve, but it's one of the more focused on points which appears in most projects now in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And that pretty much sums up everything that we was told in the January update provided by BlueBird Simulations. We have to say that this update really changed everything, and that is for the better. Knowing that they've changed their plans from a mid-level to a high-fidelity aircraft was probably the biggest announcement which they made, which got us excited. Unfortunately, we do need to wrap up this video now. If you did enjoy this video or find it useful, please make sure you click on that like, subscribe and ding dong that notification bell, as it does help the channel out a lot. If you want to get more involved in the Information Alpha community, you can also join our Discord, which is linked below as well. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Rowan and you've been watching Information Alpha. See ya!